Hello again. So on the last video of this course, I'm going to teach you how to prepare these stickers either for print or for digital distribution. So first of all, what I'm going to do is to take the black arrow. I'm going to click and drag to select everything in a single sticker and go to Object and Group. In this case, I have already created a group for this, but if you haven't, be sure to do so. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and select the first one, hit Ctrl C, and then Ctrl F as in forward to create a copy on top. And I'm going to go to Window, Pathfinder, and here on the Pathfinder window, I'm going to select the first option, which is Unite. So now we have the shape. I'm going to zoom in to show you. So now we have an entire shape that follows the same outlines as the sticker. What I'm going to do now is to go to Object, Path, Offset Path. I'm going to hit Preview, and I'm going to enter, let's say, 10 points, and click OK. So now we have this shape that represents the borders of our sticker. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. And for this bigger one, I'm going to switch Fill and Stroke. So there we have it. We have a clear outline for this, and it will be very handy if we want to either send these stickers to be printed and cut with laser, or if we want to print them ourselves at home and just go ahead and manually cut them with a pair of scissors by following these outlines. So I'm going to repeat the process for the rest of them. Remember that you have to Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl F to paste in front, then go to Unite on the Pathfinder and go to Object, Path, Offset Path. You may also want to fine-tune some things. For example, on the bottom of this one, instead of having this little bump here and this little bump here, we could simplify it by taking our pen tool and subtracting some anchor points, as I'm doing now, to make everything simpler. Something like this. We could even simplify this. So there we go. For stickers like this one, I'm going to double click and enter isolation mode. I'm going to select the lines, go to Object, Expand, hit OK. So these are no longer lines, but rectangle shapes with rounded borders. So I'm going to double click anywhere to exit isolation mode. And now I'm going to repeat the process that I did for the other ones. So as you can see, it's a bit more complicated for this one. So I'm going to take all of the outlines, hit Unite, and we have a starting point here. And now I'm going to manually adjust this. Okay, so as you can see, I have simplified this a lot, and don't be afraid to do so. Some are going to be easier than other ones. For example, this one is very clear from the get-go, except for this part maybe, which I'm going to simplify now. Okay, there we go. For shapes like this, where the arms are just lines, I'm going to be sure that everything is expanded. So I'm going to select the arms, go to Object, Expand, hit OK. Now I'm going to select all and do the same as I've been doing. So in this case, I want to remove these little shapes on the inside. So I'm going to click anywhere with the white arrow, which is the direct selection tool, and hit delete a few times. And I have some outlines here as well that I want to delete. Okay, perfect, there we go. I may simplify this just a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to do the same for the rest of the stickers. Okay, so I have finished creating the outlines for each sticker. So now I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to select from my profile here, print. Then let's say that I'm going to go with an A4 format, and I'm going to name these stickers. Hit OK. And now I'm going to simply copy and paste everything here. Okay, so I have resized all of the elements down so they can comfortably fit on this sheet of paper, and I have changed the color for the outlines to a very light yellow so it doesn't show up too much when you're printing. Another good idea is to select all of these lines, which I can do by hitting select, same stroke color, and make them very thin, like quarter of a point maybe. So this will be barely visible when you print it, but it will be a good guideline for you to cut away your stickers. And if you want to export them as PNGs, all you have to do is to take this original file, select everything outside of the artboard, then take the artboard tool and start drawing some artboards around these little graphics. You can also take the artboard tool and use it to move artboards or to close ones that you don't need anymore, like this big one here. Another good way of doing this is just taking the artboard tool and click on this outline that we have created. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of these elements. Okay, so now we have artboards for everything here. And since these are going to be digital files, I'm going to delete the outlines because they are mostly for the print files. Okay, so that is all for this course. I hope you learned something new and I hope you enjoyed it. So feel free to post your own stickers and your own creations in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time.